Ever wonder what your cat is thinking?
Hmm.
I mean, we all know they have those mysterious inner lives.
Right.
But today, we're going deeper
Yeah.
into that fascinating world of feline brains
Oh.
and the quest to understand chronic pain in cats.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a problem more common than many people realize.
Really?
About 1 in 4 adult cats experience chronic pain,
Wow.
and that number jumps even higher for senior cats.
And just like with people, chronic pain can really impact their quality of life,
Absolutely.
making them,
Yeah,
less active, less playful, just less like their usual selves.
exactly.
Yeah.
And finding effective treatments is so important,
Yeah.
which is what makes this study that we're diving into so intriguing. Researchers in Canada have been exploring how sensory stimulation, things like smells and light,
Uh-huh.
might be used to manage pain,
Wow.
and they're using cutting-edge technology to do it.
This is where it gets really cool, at least for science geeks like me.
Okay.
They're using EEG, which stands for electroencephalography.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
For sure.
Yeah.
Basically, EEG lets us see the electrical activity happening in the brain,
Okay.
brain waves in action.
Right, and here's the kicker. They're doing this with awake cats.
Yeah,
Anyone who's ever met a cat knows they're not exactly known for holding perfectly still,
right.
especially with wires and electrodes attached.
It's true. Cats tend to have their own ideas about how research should go.
I bet they do.
But these researchers came up with a surprisingly effective and utterly adorable solution.
Crocheted hats.
Okay, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
Crocheted hats for cats. For science.
you heard that right. Each cat got a custom-made hat designed to hold the EEG electrodes in place comfortably.
Oh, wow.
And the best part is, it worked.
Really?
It's a great example of how sometimes the simplest solutions can be the most effective.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we've got our cats decked out in their stylish research hats,
Right.
ready to unravel the mysteries of the feline brain. What exactly were these scientists looking at?
They were studying how the cat's brains reacted to different types of stimuli,
Okay.
specifically things that might influence how they perceive pain.
Uh-huh.
They looked at 3 main things. Mechanical stimulation,
Okay.
which basically means a gentle poke to test their sensitivity to touch.
Okay.
Exposure to a grapefruit scent.
Grapefruit, huh?
Yeah.
Not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when I think of kitty comforts.
You and me both.
Yeah,
It turns out cats aren't huge fans of grapefruit.
I can imagine.
Researchers chose it because they wanted a scent that was generally considered unpleasant to cats,
Right.
as a way to see how a potentially negative sensory input might affect their experience of pain.
Fascinating. So they've got the cats all set up, hooked up to the EEG,
Right.
sporting their stylish headwear, experiencing pokes, sniffs, and light shows. What did they find?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Let's start with those brainwaves. This study is remarkable because it's one of the first to successfully use EEG to study brain activity in awake cats
Uh-oh.
without needing more invasive procedures.
Right.
That's a huge step forward in understanding how their brains work,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to something as complex as pain.
So they were basically able to get a clear picture of what was happening inside the cat's brains as they experienced these different sensations.
Yeah.
All thanks to those awesome hats, I have to add.
Precisely. And when they analyzed the brainwave patterns, they found something called event-related potentials, or ERPs.
Okay.
Think of it this way. Imagine your brain produces a unique electrical fingerprint
Okay.
every time you experience a
Yeah.
particular sensation or thought.
So like, brainwave, unlock my phone.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's more like, brainwave, tell us how you feel about that gentle poke.
Right, okay.
Those ERPs act as markers, allowing researchers to pinpoint how the brain reacts to different stimuli.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah.
So they poked the cats, looked for those ERP brainwave fingerprints, and what did those fingerprints reveal?
They found clear, measurable differences in brain activity,
Okay.
depending on how sensitive the cat was to touch.
Okay.
This is huge,
Yeah.
because it confirms that this non-invasive EEG method can reliably measure pain sensitivity in cats.
Right.
Before this, similar studies had to be done under anesthesia,
Right.
which obviously isn't ideal for studying something like pain perception.
Right, because a sleeping cat can't exactly tell you, hey, that was less than pleasant.
Right.
So this opens a whole new avenue for understanding how cats experience and process pain. Now, what about the grapefruit? Did they uncover any connection between a cat's aversion to citrus and how their brain handles pain?
They did.
Oh.
The ERPs showed that the cat's brains responded differently depending on the concentration of the grapefruit scent.
Wow, okay.
A faint whiff got a different brainwave signature than a stronger dose.
Interesting.
This suggests a link between smell,
Okay.
brain activity, and potentially pain perception.
It's like our brains are constantly taking in information from our senses and trying to make sense of it, even smells we might find unpleasant.
Exactly. It's a reminder that our sensory experiences,
Yeah.
even those we might consider negative,
Right.
play a role in how our brains function.
And how about the light therapy? Any illuminating findings there?
This is where things get particularly interesting. They found the cats responded differently to blue light
Okay.
compared to green and red light.
Now, I know cats see the world a little differently than we do, right?
Right, they're what's called dichromats,
Okay.
meaning they have two types of color-sensing cells in their eyes, whereas humans have three. Their color vision isn't as vibrant as ours,
Right.
but they excel in low-light conditions.
So this difference in how they see color could explain why they reacted more to the blue light.
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
Interestingly, there have been some studies with humans where green light has shown potential for pain relief.
Okay.
It could be that specific wavelengths of blue light have a different effect on cats than on humans,
Right.
or the effect of blue light on pain could be more complex than we understand in both species.
Okay, so lots of tantalizing clues here. But what does it all mean for our feline companions? We've got brainwaves, crocheted hats, grapefruit scents, and light shows. How does this actually help cats with chronic pain? So we've learned a lot about, feline brainwaves and their reactions to everything from pokes to grapefruit.
Right.
But where does this leave us in terms of helping cats with chronic pain?
Oh, I think this study is like laying the groundwork for a whole new approach
Okay.
to understanding and managing pain in cats.
Yeah.
Think of it like building a house.
Yeah.
You need that solid foundation
Right.
before you can even think about walls and a roof.
So this research is like the foundation for a whole new world of feline pain relief.
Precisely.
Right.
By demonstrating that we can study brain activity in awake cats
Right.
using a comfortable and non-invasive method, it opens up so many possibilities for future research.
It's like they've given us this amazing new tool to
Yeah.
peek inside the feline brain and really see how it's processing these different sensations,
Right.
which could lead to entirely new ways of treating pain.
Exactly. Imagine a future where instead of solely relying on medication,
Right.
we might be able to use targeted light therapy or even specific scents
Okay.
to help ease chronic pain in cats.
Now that's what I call a game changer.
Yeah.
So instead of reaching for the catnip, I might be diffusing a little lavender or chamomile to help my furry friend feel better.
Well, it's not quite as simple as that. More research is needed to figure out exactly which scents or light wavelengths might be most effective and how to best apply them.
Okay.
But it's definitely a promising avenue for future exploration.
It seems like this research could have implications beyond just helping cats with chronic pain.
Absolutely. This study underscores just how complex
Yeah.
the relationship is between our senses, our brains, and our experience of pain.
Right.
And while there's certainly differences between how cats and humans experience the world,
Right.
there are also some intriguing parallels. What we learn from our feline friends could potentially illuminate new ways of understanding and managing pain in humans as well.
It's amazing to think that these furry little creatures with their mysterious ways and adorable crocheted hats might hold the key to unlocking some of the biggest mysteries of pain management.
It really is remarkable.
Well, this has been fascinating. Big thanks to our expert for taking us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of feline neuroscience. Until next time, keep those questions coming, stay curious, and give your cats an extra scratch behind the ears from us.